So now after giving the treatment of cells with the angiotensin, now we will isolate the RNA from the cell. So the first procedure of RNA isolation is adding triazole reagent into it. So before adding triazole, we will keep our cells to the ice cubes.
Stop.
So now what we will do, we will discard the media inside the cells. So we have to slightly tilt our this 6 well plate. We will take the media from here and then we will discard. So now we will after discarding the media, now we will add 500 microliter of triazole reagent to all our 6 well plates. We will take 500 microliter of triazole reagent and put in each well. So we will put this triazole to the corners of the well, not in between, so that cells won't be disturbed. So now after adding triazole reagent to all the 6 well plate, we will incubate to up to 10 minutes. Now after adding the triazole reagent and isolating them into the appendrome, now we will add the equal amount of chloroform into the appendrome, that is 500 microliter to each appendrome. So now you can see that after adding the chloroform, so the layer has been developed. So the role of the chloroform is that we can separate DNA, RNA and protein. So what happens, the DNA will settle down at the bottom of the appendrome, the protein will be at the interface, and the supernatant part will be including the RNA. So now how we will isolate the RNA? Now after adding this chloroform, we will centrifuge at 12,000 rpm at 4 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Now what we will do, we will shake it so that it get dispersed to the tube. So the same we will do with all our samples. So now we will set our appendrome inside the centrifuge. So now we will close the lid tightly, and after that we will put this to the down, and now we will start this process. After 15 minutes we will take the appendrome and you can see this clearly that the triazole, that the bottom part is the DNA part, and we can see this part, that is the protein part in the interface, and upper part, the supernatant part, is the RNA. So we will take the supernatant part. So now very carefully we have to take this supernatant part, and we have to keep remind that whether the volume we are taking can be less, but it should not have any contamination of protein or DNA. We will take and we will transfer to the secondary and second appendrome. So we have to keep in mind that protein and DNA should not come, only the RNA should come. So now after taking the supernatant, that is the RNA part, into the another appendrome, which is we have to label earlier only. so that it will be easy for to collect the supernatant in the next step and draw. So now the next step is to adding the isopropyl alcohol. So we will add 200 microliter of isopropyl alcohol to each of our appendrop. So this is isopropyl alcohol. This we will add to each of our sample, that is the supernatant of the cells. So now after adding the isopropyl alcohol to all the supernatant, we will keep all this into the minus 20 degrees Celsius fridge. We can also keep it for 1 hour or 2 hour. Basically we used to keep it overnight so that we can get a better yield. After treating the RNA with the isopropyl alcohol and keeping at the minus 20 degree room temperature for overnight, now we will the next step is to centrifuge it. So first of all we will thaw at the room temperature and we will set the centrifuge at the desired RPM and the temperature, and after that we will centrifuge it. Now we will centrifuge our sample mixed with isopropyl alcohol at the RPM of 11,800 at the room temperature of 4 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Now after centrifuging it for 15 minutes, now we will remove the isopropyl alcohol, that is the supernatant part, and at the bottom of the part we can isolate the RNA pellet, as you can see here. Now we will add 75% ethanol, ice cold ethanol to all of our appendrop, and 100 microliter we will add to each of our appendrop. Now after adding the 75% ethanol, we will centrifuge at 10,000 RPM for 15 minutes at room temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. For like 1.5 hours, we will now add RNS free water to mix thoroughly. We will add around 20 microliter of RNS free water. And then we will vortex it, and then we will quantify our RNA. This instrument is NanoDraw. So basically when we want to estimate the RNA content in our sample, so generally we use this instrument, NanoDraw. So as we can see that double stranded DNA, single strand RNA, microarray, custom oligo DNA and oligo RNA, they can be estimated. So basically our interest is to estimate the RNA content. So after that this is like insert cuvette and load blank. So like in this blank we use RNase free water. So generally before using it we will wipe with the this tissue paper, so that if any dust or any particle is there, so that it cannot be interfered with the RNA content. So now we will take 1 microliter of RNase free water. And we will put it into the pedestal. That will form a bubble, a small bubble, and now slowly we will close this lid. Now every time we will wipe this before using any new sample. So one more time we will use RNA free water. So generally nanogram per microliter is the RNA content inside our sample. A260 by 280 ratio determines the RNA purity, and A260 by 230 determine the, like, if there is any protein contamination or the DNA contamination. Generally 260 by 280 ratio should be above 1.8, and the ratio of 260 by 230 should be above 1.5. Take 1 microliter of our sample.